Yes, boys. Good morning. It is morning for me. So, obviously, by the title of the video, you're going to see like this is going to be more of a educational thing. I'm just going to rant a little bit, talk about routine, goals, and then post-workout, which you'll see later in the video. I talk about not believing everything that you see on social media, and I use some examples. I'm probably not going to get too deep into things or like emotional into things, but at the same time, I think some people will take away some benefits from that post-workout talking about social media, especially the day and age that we live in, especially if you're younger and you're looking up to all these people that have all these glamorous things, right? But not to touch on that yet. It is the morning. Obviously, my routine's probably going to be popping up here. Obviously, I did a morning routine video last video, so I wasn't going to like walk it through, but I'm just going to pop it up. And it just shows like I have the same morning routine every day, right? And I don't expect people to have that. You don't need a 4 a.m. routine. I get up at 6 because I enjoy that, right? I do the same things every day. You know, I wake up, I brush my teeth, I use the restroom, stomach vacuums, weigh myself, planks, go do my check-ins if I have check-ins that day, client replies, form feedback, go on my walk, and then I have meal one, right? Which you've seen throughout my whole videos. Like I live that day every day. Like that's my routine that sets me up for a successful day. And I don't expect everyone needs to like wake up at 6 a.m., right? Like, you don't need to wake up that early. You don't need to go to bed at 9:30 at night every night. You don't need a set bed and wake time. But what I would tell you is like have a rough idea of like what time you go to bed, what time you wake up, right? Don't be like waking up at 7 a.m. during the week and then sleep until noon and doom scroll on your phone on the weekends and make the weekends super unproductive and you do nothing, right? You get nothing done, right? Like map out your days, right? Like have a routine that you do on weekdays before work if you have work in the morning. Have a routine that you do on the weekends when you sleep in that extra 1 to 2 hours, but still have a routine, right? Still have structure throughout your day. And I think like that's very important, like because that like you use the thing, like you hear a lot of people like, I'm too busy, I don't have time to meal prep, I don't have time to get to the gym. It's like, no, you do. You just lack structure. You simply lack structure, right? You lack a good plan. Now, I recommend like mapping out your days. Like you see here, I'm at my desk right now in my room, but like I map out my days. I write out my days, what I want to do, like my work blocks, like my meals, when I'm going to lift, etc. And obviously things are going to change, but having that rough idea in the back of your mind of like, okay, having that sense of urgency, even like time block it, like this time to this time I need to get this done, right? This time at this time I need to be done with that and I need to be on to that, right? Like time out your, like map them out. You don't have to write it out. I'm a paper pen guy. Do it on your notes app. And just having a rough idea like the night before, if you have a busy day at work and you know like, all right, I got to get home from work, I got to meal prep 2 meals, and then I got to get to the gym in the evening, right? Like, and just you give yourself a sense of urgency. Like you will genuinely surprise yourself if you wake up, crack on with the day, have a sense of urgency, and just you will surprise yourself with how much and how efficient you can be throughout that day. Okay, so that's the thing with the routine. Again, you don't need a 4 a.m. morning routine. It doesn't have to look the exact same like mine every day, but have a rough idea. Like don't wake up. The worst thing you can do is wake up, hit the snooze 2 to 3 times, doom scroll on your phone for 30 minutes. Like that alone, like you don't realize it, but that is killing your productivity throughout the day. Like you're getting that dopamine early. Like my phone is on do not disturb for the first 1 to 2 hours of the day, right? Obviously I'm getting back to client messages, but I'm consuming no social media. I post my social medias. I do not consume any social media, right? And I think that's very important. And like going on a walk, like I go on my walk outside, no phone in use. And that just time with myself, just in my own thoughts for a little bit. Especially like we're always looking for a dopamine hit, but it's just good to be able to just sit in your own thoughts. There is so much benefit in that, and like appreciating the smaller things in life. And I feel like if you can do that, you're going to go far in life, right? Don't always look for that glamorous thing, right? Okay, so that's it with the routine, right? You're not too busy. You need a plan. You need structure. Now, with the plan, if you don't have a plan, right, your goals, what you say you want to do, turn into dreams, right? You need to make a plan that you can adhere to long term, that you enjoy, right? That fits your lifestyle. And like no extremes. You don't need to be extreme with it, right? You just need standards and long-term consistency. And physique development, like that is physique development. That is why like physique development will help you with so many more avenues. I was talking about this in a check-in. Like if you want to start a business, if you want that wife, like the gym teaches you, physique development teaches you, puts these things in place throughout your day, makes you more efficient, teaches you discipline, long-term gratification, right? It will help you so much more in your future, right? And again, I'm not saying everyone needs to go out and be like a bot, like no, but like getting into the gym, getting healthier is only going to benefit you, both body and mind, right? And also outside the gym things like your business, like it's going to build foundations that you can take in other avenues of your life, like I repeated, okay? But again, just build a lifestyle. Build a plan that actually you can adhere to for a long time. It doesn't need to be perfect. Chasing perfection is absolutely killing your progress. Chase progress, right? Get a little better week to week, right? But have a plan. Like mapping out your days. Like have a step goal, have a meal plan, right? Have a training plan, right? Whether that's 2 times a week or 5 times a week. 2 times a week, you can run 2 times full body, and that is plenty. It depends on how busy you are, right? Get those 7 to 8 hours of sleep most nights. Work on your hydration, right? Just these small things, and give yourself some downtime throughout the day. Like you don't need to be so extreme about it. There's no extremes. It's simply standards, having non-negotiables like your step goal, your meal plan, your macros, your training plan, your hydration, like just making sure those things are on point. Give yourself downtime and have days off. Have some flexibility, right? That everyone's like, no days off, no days off. For a lifestyle client to have no days off is ridiculous. Go out on the weekends 1 time a week. Enjoy a meal, right? With your family, with your friends. And then you know what you do right after that. Maybe you have a couple drinks. And then you know what you do right after that. You get back to baseline plan and you stay consistent, okay? And if you do that, you're going to destroy the amount of progress that the person who chases perfection for 1 to 2 months, is absolutely perfect, and then gets burnt out and takes 2 weeks off before recharging back up and going again. Okay, so it's not the speed at which you make progress, it is the direction, right? You just want to steadily get in better and better day to day. Okay, so that is it. Like have a plan, have some structure within your days. Now the last thing is goals, right? I think you need a why. You need a why to do what you do. And again, like with the gym, like sure, it can be as small as looking better for that chick or looking better on that vacation. That's good. That is a goal. That is a why, right? If you have a summer vacation next summer and you're like, dude, I want to look the best I've ever looked. That is a why. That is a valid why. But like if it's family, friends, like if it's like, why do I want to be healthier? Why do I want to look better for my business in the future? Because if you don't think that your physical presence plays a role in the way people see you and think of you, you're wrong. It's just how it is, guys. And so like that's very important. You need to have a why, whether it's a thing, a person, anything. Yourself, that can be a reason why. You need a why. And now short terms and long-term goals. So you need to have your goals. I recommend like having a roadmap. Like for all my clients, I have a Google Sheets format for my coaching service, and we have a roadmap tab of their goals and like how we want to achieve them week to week. Like if they have a weight loss goal, what is our rate of gain or rate of loss week to week, right? What do we want to accomplish in that goals? What do we want to accomplish in that time within our training? Are we chasing numbers in the gym? Like just having short-term goals for the long-term goal. For example, if you want to lose 50 pounds, right? Maybe break that up. I want to lose this 25 pounds. And then we're going to take a 4 to 8 week diet break, refresh and back up. And then my next goal is to lose another 25 pounds. And that gets you to that long-term goal, right? The short-term goals should be steps to the long-term goal, because the long-term goal can feel very far away, right? If you want to start a business, right? What are the short-term goals? What are some little wins that you can get daily, weekly, monthly that can lead you to, in the future, starting your own business in a couple of years' time, right? That is what I mean with goals. Like, I think it is very important. I write out my goals. I think you should have them in your notes app. Like, it might be cringy, like 2026 goals. I have those on paper, right? And I am striving to achieve those every day. So that is it. Like, that's really all this talk is. It was routine, having a routine, nothing crazy, no extremes, having a plan that fits your lifestyle, no extremes, just consistency. With the routine, guys, it doesn't need to be anything crazy, but as simple as getting up, brushing your teeth, going on a walk, taking a shower, eating your breakfast. Easy. 5 to 10 minute walk, eat your breakfast. That is a routine within itself, and that might set you up for a more successful day rather than not eating breakfast, sitting in bed, laying in bed, doom scrolling on your phone, right? It's simple thing. It's just the little wins stack up throughout the day, okay? And then they lead to bigger wins in the future. And then goals and road mapping, I think, is very important, and I went over the reasons why, just to give you more of a sense of urgency. And you need a why in the back of your mind. And you need to remember that. Like, it's very easy, life moves fast, to forget about why you're doing what you're doing. But sometimes, man, just sit. Maybe before bed, you're winding down. Take that 2 to 5 minutes and be like, why do I do what I do? Okay? And think about that. But ran over. Next time you'll see me, you will see me at the post-workout meal. Or not, you won't see me at the post-workout meal. You'll see me post-workout talking about do not believe everything you see on social media. We'll see you then. We are back post-session. Now, I'm going to talk about the not believing everything you see, okay? And it's very hard with social media nowadays, and you have to realize, right, you're only seeing the good. People are only posting the good, right? They're not posting the bads, the months, the years, struggling, right? Not knowing if it's going to work out. And I'm going to use me as an example, right here, all honesty, right here. You know, if you follow my Instagram, you're going to know that, like, I post my clients, right? I post the client wins. I post when I have my check-ins. You know, I'm posting all this stuff when I have my client work, right? But what if I told you 3 days during the week, I have 0 check-ins, right? That, like, I look up to all these full-time online fitness coaches and these top bodybuilders, right? And you see all the glamorous things that they're doing. You know, they're putting clients on stage. They have a full-time job, right, of clients, and they have like multiple clients, a steady income, etc., right? And like, if you hold yourself to a high standard, and I know a lot of you probably do, right? Like, you want big goals. You have big goals for yourself. You want to start that business. You want to have that family and be able to provide. And, you know, it's hard, right? And me personally, yes, I post all the good, but understand, I'm not satisfied. Like, it's not that I'm not happy, right? But there is so much more for me. Like, I have days where I think about, like, at night, man, like, you sit and you think, and like those 2 a.m., like, you see the social media, like those 2 a.m., you know, you sit and thinking about your whole life. That's real. And just understand that, like, whoever you look up to, like, whoever you're inspired by, like, people that are successful in the field of life that you want to step foot in the future, know that they struggled, right? Even though they might not say it, or they don't show it on social media. When they were younger, they had days, months, years of struggling mentally, and they had those thoughts in the back of their mind. Is it going to work out? It might not work out. They had nights where they were probably up crying. I'm not even going to lie to you guys, right? I'm at full transparency here. There's been nights, and not like years ago, right? I'm talking months ago, where I have been up at night and I've cried like a little pussy, right? And that's just real. Like, I've literally, like, and it's not that I'm not happy. It's the uncertainty, right? Am I doing enough? Is this actually going to work out? Am I going to be a full-time online fitness coach in a couple years' time? And then, you know, you just got to have that second voice. And it sounds cringy. I know I talk about it, the 2-voice method, where you just, bam, you pop the inner bitch in your mind and you smack it, right? And it's like, you have to tell yourself, do everything that you possibly can to achieve your goals, right? Go to bed at night knowing that you put in an honest day's effort. And if you do that, stack that over time, and just know motivation is not always going to be there, right? I don't like the word motivation, and I don't like the word balance, okay? I think motivation is irrelevant It's you set yourself non-negotiables, boxes to tick daily to get you to your goal. Whatever that is, right? If you want to start a business, I don't know, right? You probably need to be studying. Or like if you want to get out of that 9 to 5, what do you need to be doing before that 9 to 5 and after that 9 to 5 to work on your craft, right? Whatever it is, if you're an athlete, what are you doing? How much work are you putting in? And again, that's like what living with the what if is. Like, don't do that. So when you come to the end of the day, man, be like, yeah, we're one step closer. Even though you might not be to your goal, and you're going to keep stacking days and stacking days and days and weeks and months and maybe years, and nothing's going to happen, right? And you just got to keep trusting the process. You got to trust it, man, because one day it's going to click and then it starts rolling, okay? And like, that's the position I'm in. Obviously, I don't have a ton of clients, right? I don't even have 10 plus clients right now. And again, I'm 18. I know I need more time, but at the same time, I want a full roster of clients, right? And I know what I do day to day, the way that I live my life, like the structure, the routine that I have, the standard that I hold myself to. Like, I'm not blowing smoke. Like, I hold myself to a very high standard. And I truly know, in a couple months' time, a year's time from now, if I continue to stack days like this, literally every day is an opportunity. We do not miss, okay? And if I continue to do that, I am going to be successful in life, okay? And I'm going to get my dream. And if I don't, I promise you, I will die trying, okay? And again, I think that's the mindset you should have. I don't think you should be balanced or like have a plan B, especially if you're young. Why not go and do what you want to do, all right? Especially if you got nothing to lose. And again, like, just know the people that you look up to, I promise you, they had years of struggling. They had those nights where they stayed up crying, wondering if it's going to work out. And you know what they did? They kept showing up. When motivation wasn't there, they kept ticking the boxes. They just trusted it. And one day it clicked, right? Hard work pays off. I truly believe that. And I also believe if you if you truly believe something and you have the confidence to speak out on it, right? And really, again, there's balance between that. But again, like, if you go out and you bust your balls every day, I truly believe God is going to reward you for that, right? Again, believe God or not, that doesn't matter to me. But at the end of the day, it's just, don't believe everything you see, guys. Like, seriously, everyone is posting the glamorous thing, the car, the money, the good stuff. And as they should, right, on social media. But I know it's hard, especially as a young dude, right? Like, a younger person looking up and being like, oh my God, he's 22 and he's got that car, he's got $5 million. He's 22, like, I'm only 3 years younger than him. Again, that is the top 1%. And just know, if you wake up every day, 2 arms and 2 legs, right? The ability to move your body. If you have a family, you have a mom, you have a dad, you have a family, right? You have a circle that supports you. You have food, you have water. You're doing better than a lot of people, right? And be grateful for that. Don't forget that. Don't forget the small things. But the rant here is, again, like me, like, I am not like, again, if you follow me, you see all the stuff I post, every day is great, whatever. But at the end of the day, there's nights where I sit at night thinking about my future and if it's going to work out, right? And know that the successful people that you look up to went through that same phase, okay? But it's what you do in that phase. Do you crumble down and listen to your inner bitch and stop? Or do you keep stacking days and keep trusting the process, okay? So, there's the rant over. I'm going to end the video here, guys. So, again, the importance of a routine. I know it kind of like switched up, but routine, structure, and not only physique development, but just improving your day-to-day life, whatever you want to do, making you more efficient. And that's why I love physique development, because it correlates to so many things that you want to do in your future. Whether you want to, I know a lot of people don't want to bodybuild, right? But like starting that business, like, it just builds discipline, it builds delayed gratification, and it gives you a purpose, right? Especially if you don't have a purpose. So that's why I highly recommend it. And then, the second part, we got a little, you had a little curveball thrown at you, but do not believe everything you hear and see on social media. Okay, guys? Again, if you're here at the end, you're a real one. You're a real one, okay? I need to eat. I'm starving. I'm gonna leave you guys here. If you are interested in my online coaching, the link will be down below in the YouTube description, but you can also follow over the Phipps Fit Instagram. Head over there, check me out. But guys, have a great day. I'm gonna leave you here. I don't really know what to say. See you boys.